Hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video we are going through the top 4 tractors that you picked for next into the workshop in October-ish time. So we'll be going through the 4 October.
End of September.
October. Whenever. But we'll be going through the 4 tractors in depth with Father Phil to know all about them, what the plan is, what needs to be done, so that you can decide then on the top 4. The reason we're doing it this way is 1,000 votes were cast on the other tractors outside of the top 4, so they can be recast, and then we can get a really good idea of which tractor is top of the list to get done. So the 4 tractors are the 2725, my great grandfather's Ferguson 20, the Massey 590, and the Zephyr Crystal 8011. And just missed out on that was the 1060 rough terrain.
And the little John Deere didn't come into it at all.
Didn't come into it at all.
Oh,
it was
no,
down
John Deere, man.
It was down in
There was me looking forward.
in the low ones. No, the
There was me
rough
looking
terrain
forward to
uphill
getting a
was
rip at
just about there.
Jesus.
So we're going to go through them tractors. We're now with the Ferguson 20.
Sad looking Ferguson 20.
What's left? Well, what's there?
It's all there.
It's all there. So there's the
Back end.
back end and gearbox in there.
Engine on top of
And
that.
right, engine up there.
Yeah.
That's also the bits for the Ford 7610.
That's all the front for the Ford 7610.
Never used.
Never was used, but maybe put back on it now shortly.
And there is the front half, the 20. What we're going to do is with the tractors, we're going to talk about the bit of history, what needs to be done, and I let Father Phil do the talking. So the Ferguson 20, my great grandfather's tractor, got 20% of the 3,500 votes. So it came in second place.
Was it in second place?
Second place.
Oh.
There's only 100 and something between the 20 and the 2725. So it is, I think it's there, the top 2 now. But when we do this again, it all, could all change. So the Ferguson 20, your grandfather's first tractor.
It was the first tractor that they owned in the family.
Yeah.
The very first, it has to be the first of something at some stage. That's the first tractor that was bought in the Stewart family.
Yeah.
And we tracked it down in Cavan. Cut a tree out of the clutch pedal to take it out.
I had completely grown up through
Big ash tree with the coil out, and I had to leave it then for a long time. Cut it top and bottom.
Yeah.
Till it shrunk, and then it just fell out.
But the tractor was in a fire.
There was a small hay-shed fire, and it got a bit of a burn. The bonnet is ruined on it, but the rest of it it's all pretty much there.
Well,
I have everything. I actually trawled 4 years worth of jumble.
Yeah.
And picked up bits every time I seen an age-related bit that was right for it.
Yeah.
Because it's one of the very first 20s. It has the big oil filter on the side.
Is it Continental then?
No, it's the first standard engine after the Continental engine.
And it's a TVO or petrol?
It's straight petrol.
Straight petrol.
Straight petrol tractor.
We have some of the bits for it, as it is.
We'd have most of it now.
What would you say, the half of it or?
Or more. More. I'd say you're down to maybe 10% to be got.
Yeah.
Maybe not even. Handy little project now after the 1200.
It is, because like with 20, I'd say you could nearly buy everything.
Oh, you buy everything. But it's just to get the older ones, particularly the way the dash is done with the clocks and things, it's hard, but I have the panel for it, so it's all there. All the hard got stuff is there.
Yeah.
Wheels are there on the pallet, and the front axle is there.
Are they the wheels off it?
They're the wheels of it.
Oh.
No, it's all there. Front wheels are there too somewhere. And there's a tax book.
The original tax book
and all.
with your grandfather's signature on it.
Yeah, on it, yeah.
And
1940, I think it was 49 they bought.
yeah.
49, and he was 49 because my father bought one in 1950.
Yeah.
It came out with Kells. So it's an AI.
AI tractor, registered tractor.
Yeah, AI registered tractor. It came out with was it the Headford Arms? A big house,
Yeah.
or it was a hotel or a golf course, what it is now, but that's where it came out of originally.
Yeah.
18 months old or whatever when they bought it. But sure, it was some step up from the horse.
Oh, it's unbelievable. This is a full nut and bolt restoration if it gets picked. Now you may be saying, geez, there's a lot of stuff in the shed here in the way. Well, the harvesters.
Well, it has been pointed out to me on a few occasions, you could take the end sheeting out and bring it that way.
Yeah. That's what me and Lee were threatening to do with the 900, was to take the end sheets out. But I'm looking at it, we wouldn't even be able to do that with the pillar. We'd have to take the spout off.
Yeah, the spout.
But yeah, there will be a big rearranging going on when the farm shop is done to move stuff into the museum end of it and clean out meal sheds and stuff. So we will be taking out the 900 especially because I want to try and get it up and running. Also, there's the possibility of the Class Jag coming out to go on the 1200 if we can get a wee issue sorted with the 1200 for third cut for the crack.
I mean, book a bit of weather.
That is the Ferguson 20. So if you want to vote for it, into the description and vote for the Ferguson 20. And we are out here now with the Crystal, which just made the cut.
Just made the cut.
Just made the cut with 8% of the vote. The Crystal just made the cut. So it may have a chance of catching up when people re-vote and that. But this is the Zehar Crystal. So, bit about the Crystal and what needs to be done and what will be the plan if it is picked.
Zehar Crystal is 1978 by the original logbook. Was imported into Ireland in 84, bought by a local farmer. Longford number, Longford Reg. We acquired it, was running, drove here, brakes, non-existent.
I think that was every Crystal though.
That's pretty much a Crystal. It has the new slave cylinders and everything for it. New back window, needs a bit of glass. Good power washing, tidy up on the cosmetics on the wings and stuff. Probably a bit of interior stuff in the cab. Nothing terrible major. Major issue we have is the engine.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it got moved out of your mother's way at the back door.
Yeah.
A brave pair of lads one evening moved it. And in fairness, just put a bucket on the exhaust. But at some stage, the bucket blew off. And she let water into the engine. And we went to pull it out for a pumpkin patch and she was seized and we pulled the sump plug out and out came the water. So there's a bit of a job to be done on the engine. It's probably a full rebuild now at this stage. I took the manifold off it so it couldn't happen.
Manifold off and
just so it couldn't happen
you drained the
and the oil
out of it,
yes,
and
yes.
you've been topping up the pistons with a bit of oil to try and
putting a bit of releasing fluid every so often. I go by it. I have a can of releasing fluid in the cab and I have it sprayed into them just to not let it get any worse. Decent old tractor, good old tyres on it when she be tidied up. It's just still lots of life left in her yet. They were the workhorse in Ireland for a long time, the Crystal. They were very popular.
Cheap high horsepower tractor.
Yeah, they were cheap and they were fairly well
robust.
They were robust, they cut silage, they'd done a lot of work on farms. And yeah, she probably would have had a roughish life, but she's still quite intact.
Yeah, like the biggest end of it is probably apart from the engine,
mud wings.
Is the mud wings, the back window,
tidying
up the cab, and a bit of work on the back end here. I see the four-wheel drive shaft is
the PTO shaft.
PTO is.
I don't know exactly what's going on there. It needs to be all stripped down and fixed up. And
the linkages and that aren't.
And stuff can be still got for them. And they were basic. They were basic old girl, but.
They were a big step up from the likes of the 20.
But sure, they were a big step up even from a 165 because look at the cab that was on them.
The as people often said to me, a family cab.
Family cab.
Because you could put any amount of people into it.
Yeah. Well, the 6-cylinder version was a serious workhorse back in the day, cutting silage.
Yeah.
But the 4-cylinder would have been more a farmer's tractor. And it had a torque converter on it, so it had like a multi-power.
So you pulled it down and it went up.
Yeah, up a gear, yeah.
Anyone wants to vote for the Crystal, head into the description, head over to the Survey Monkey.
It'll be a full nut and bolt. Whatever we do is going to be full nut and bolt now.
On this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Respray. Oh yeah, full job.
Ambitious.
Full job.
If you want to vote for it, as I said, into the description, head over to Survey Monkey and tick Zehar Crystal AE11. Here's the 3690. No, it's not on the list because this guy get done anyways. All the peacocks are pissing off now. I've come into the shed. But just a little bit on that. Everyone has been tagging me in. There's been a 3690 for braking in the UK with the engine going in it. And I've been in touch with that man. And the tractor that he has is the older version of the 3690, which had a smaller engine.
Man, engine will be the same, but it's just a different engine.
It's not 6.6 litre.
No, it might be still by 7.4, but
it's a different engine. It's a different engine. Because the first of them came with the everything was the other side. So your manifold and that was this side, so your exhaust come out your left-hand side.
His starter is here.
Yeah, it wasn't going to work, but may have bought an addition off that tractor.
Yeah,
Price
no,
on a new
hopefully.
crankshaft for it, and I don't know whether we go down that road and full rebuild of the engine, or whether we do what Father Phil says and get the crankshaft that's in it re-engineered without having to take it
Might
out
be better with a new crankshaft.
and put on. But anyways, we go to the next tractor, the 2725. The most popular tractor, the most voted for tractor with 28% of the vote, nearly 1,000 of the votes, the 2725. So
The
it
right
is
passion.
top of the pops. So as you may see, we've got the tyre fixed, because it'll probably go into a grain trailer for the harvest.
Yeah, for local stuff.
Yeah, well, it's just either that or probably not the woofler, because Liv will do any woofling, so we might put down the 3075 or the 6270.
60-70 will be better for
But the
what?
2725 will probably put in a grain trailer, because it's a working tractor. It is in use. It's on the straw blower. It's been on the whole winter. But
Just no doors.
no doors, and the doors
We'll
have
have
been
to
gone.
ring that man.
Yes, the doors have been gone 2 years now for.
No, they're a year gone
Are
last.
they a year gone? I
They're
thought
a
they were
year
longer.
gone end of June.
Okay. So the 2725, the backstory and what will be the plan to do with it?
Backstory, I had a 2720 originally. That's why we bought back a 2725. The 25 was just, the 5 was just electric.
Electric lift.
Just electric lift. It's the electric version of the 2720.
Yeah.
Power-wise, the same engine is the same, gearbox is the same. Needs a bit of cosmetics on the bonnet. Mechanically wise, I would think we're pretty good. We've not a whole lot of oil leaks.
Well, there's no oil leaks, I don't
Nah,
think.
there might be something because it's plugged in.
Yeah, I suppose the biggest thing is there is a bit of a knock on the engine.
That could be just a little bit of timing.
Yeah.
Just might want to just tweak the pump.
engine needs just to be stripped and serviced.
We take the head off it and check the liners.
everything.
And it's not, look, we've done the 1200, it's not,
Aye,
it's
and
not
the
a huge job.
1200 and this is the same engine,
Same
except
engine
for
block.
this is a .4.
That's a .4, yeah. That's
so
a .4.
635.
What's in the 1200 is a 635, Perkins 635, and there was .1, 2, 3 and 4.
Yeah.
They would be the .4, they came with the turbo pistons.
Yeah.
That has a turbo. But all .4 engines would have been built with a turbo piston.
Yeah.
That, to my knowledge, that's not the original engine out of that tractor.
Yeah.
That engine has been changed because it's slightly different in colour than the sump and the back plate. At some stage, just back history again, you just don't know what was done to these old yokes.
We bought
back in the
this
day.
2 years ago in North Longford, just happened to come up on done deal, and someone messaged me about it, and we got the deal done.
Yeah, cab is pretty good.
Good?
It is, yeah, that's only a bit of cosmetic rust at the top.
Well, no, it's not. When you look at it now, the floor of the cab there, the whole back section of the cab, it's not over hectic.
It's all right. It's all retrievable. It'll all be taken off and stripped and.
Yeah, but it's probably the biggest end of the work in this is trying to tidy the cab on it.
The cab and the
Because
bonnet.
it's all stripping bits, and it's like cutting out sections and welding in sections and all of that.
Motorings are quite good on it still. Like it's not that bad.
Whether we put a pickup hitch on it or not,
Oh yeah,
if it goes.
if this is done, it's full pickup hitch.
So it's getting a Dramone pickup hitch if we can get our hands on one.
Yeah.
So is this going for a full respray then, or try and
Full
keep it
respray.
in its original clothes?
No, with the amount of repairs that'll have to be done, a fresh coat of paint will secure it for the future.
Right, so she's near enough a full nut and bolt then.
Well, there's nothing to be done in the back end.
Yeah, everything,
Back end
everything
is
is working, auxiliaries, PTO. It is a working tractor as it is. It's just missing the doors and the glass and that because we sent them off to be done. That's kind of it. We are looking at a 2640 that's going for braking, that has quite a good cab and a few other bits. There's weights and stuff on it that we may use if the cab is on this tractor we're looking at.
No, it won't be the same as that one.
Well, no, is the
No, well,
2640 different to that?
The door is different.
Door is different.
The main structural frame will be the same, but sure, it probably has the same issues as that one.
Well, it looks tidy. Wait a minute, we're looking at one that's going for braking.
You're looking at one.
I'm looking at one that's going for braking. If you want to vote for the 2725 and see it across the line, head into the description, go to SurveyMonkey, tick the box for 2725, and it'll be the one to be done. So here we are with the 590, four-wheel drive 590. A bit green of itself, but it is undercover. And just on the crystal, it'll be put into a shed if it doesn't get selected. when we do our big rearranging.
Oh, when the rearrangement done, there's no bother with lots of shed
Yeah,
space.
we should have lots of shed space with everything that's going
Well,
on.
especially not going into its own shed.
Yeah. Anyways, Father Phil, when did you buy it? How long have we had it? And what needs to be done?
Well, she's 1978, I think, isn't it 78? 78, she was a S-Reg.
Yeah.
I bought it off a small holder outside of the Drax Power Station
Yeah.
in England. Hauled it over. Always wanted a four-wheel drive 590. Don't ask me why. Circumstances didn't allow us to do anything with it.
But we did work it when
Oh,
you
it
got
worked, yes.
Because
No,
I remember drawing timber with it. And
we drew timber with it.
I think we drew grain with the small trailer.
Drew a couple of load of grain with the small trailer with it.
The auxiliaries were working, but the PTO and the multi-power aren't.
Multi-power was working, but the PTO isn't working.
PTO isn't working.
Yeah, the PTO isn't working. Engine probably is tired, would do a freshen up.
So the reason we stopped using it was it become woeful hard started.
It got impossible to start.
Yeah.
When the weather got cold, it wouldn't start, which wouldn't be characteristic. That's a 248S Perkins engine, which would be easy enough started, so it leads me to think that the engine is quite tired.
Yeah.
I have the cab. It would be a good...
Aye, the cab that's sitting in front of the combine.
It's a cab I
How
bought.
long have you the 590 now?
I must have that 6 years.
More.
I must have could have it 8 years. I have it a good while.
It's here a while, but you can see the cab
And,
suffers from
Oh, it was a bad cab to start with. It was
quite a bit.
always the problem we had. The cab was quite bad. You could see the floor from the far side. It was just terrible.
But
now.
the bonnet panels and that
They're
are quite
good enough.
good.
There's a few little nicks in them, but I sprayed them with Howl Wax at the time to try and stop the... Well, I had it in 17 anyway, because there's an insurance disc in it in 17.
Well, that's 7 years ago.
And I have it 7, I could have 7 or 8 years now. I have it a good while. I don't know what hours is on the clock.
5,500? Must have went over, I'd say.
Probably went round, the clock probably went round on it. Would be a lovely project to have done to match the 1200. It's in the same era.
Yes, this is 78 and the 1200 is 77.
Well, they said the 1200 one, the yellow one we're after doing is built in 75, but registered in Ireland. I come with a 78 tax book.
Yeah.
Don't ask me how, or 77. Don't ask me how it comes 77, but that's just the serial number dates to a 7 and the stamp on the seats that is dated the 26th of January 75.
Yeah.
That tractor is 78. Same age as the Crystal. That'll be some showpiece when it's done.
Yeah. So this is full nut and bolt if it gets picked.
It's pretty much, the back end has to be split like the 1200 and all the pumps and same old crackers we were at last Christmas with the back end of her. That cab will just literally take off and leave one side, bring in the other cab and refurbish the other cab and scavenger bits that we need to replace out of that cab, and then that cab is only skip material when we're finished.
Well, apart from the glass, someone might want glass.
Well, we take all the glass out of it. The only difference in the cabs that I'm told they're all the same, bar to this panel at the back. This cross section here at the back has to be put into it, because the 590 had the filler cap here.
Yeah.
The cab we have is a 565
565.
and it has the filler cap here.
Yeah.
But apart from that, it should be the same. That's a pickup hitch. It actually has a drop arm for a 1200 on it. That's a 1200 drop arm.
Yeah. But this tractor, when it came, we were using it. Apart
We used
from
it.
the
No,
PTO
no.
was anything
PTO was an issue. It wouldn't stop.
But then it just got real hard started.
Well, it got hard. It got
I
harder.
remember it just couldn't start it.
It got harder
And
started.
we had to quit using it.
It would be a passion of mine to get that going and have it done.
So your vote is going to the 590.
Well, I'm split between the 2725 and the 590.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Mine is on the 20, so it is.
The Ferguson 20.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that done too. So yeah.
I'd like to see them all
even
done,
the
but
Crystal,
we're not going to get them all done today or
No,
or
but
this
it's
winter.
one a winter.
One a
as,
winter.
One a winter as such now.
There's
And
enough there to keep
we
you going
kinda-
for the next decade. So
we kind of nearly want to have a handy one this winter after the 1200.
yeah, but
That's a handy one.
That's
a handy one.
The 1200 is a lot, but still,
I would have.
the 590 and the 2725, I'd say, are the hardest ones to do. The 20 is the easiest.
2070 the easiest because
It's just simple, straightforward.
it's just a full rebuild, and it's all small and it's all handy, and there's no cabin, there's no interior. It's all very, very basic. The Crystal, in my mind, would be the hardest for me because I'm in unknown territory.
I would
The
say
590,
27.5
the 590 or the 2720, they're just my backyard. There's where I am.
So, if you want to vote for the 590, you want to see the 590 done, be sure to head into the description of the video and select the 590 in the Survey Monkey survey. And
Plus, I have a lot of the bits for that as well.
well, you have the cab.
I have the cab, and I have all the new lights for the cab, and I have all that. I was just gathering stuff all my life.
Hoarding.
Looking forward to this time now where I actually get to put them back to where they should be. Showroom, pristine condition.
So, we've bulls here roaring, so I think we'll move them. We'll go back to the yard and we'll finish the video, but that's the 590. So, as I said, into the description if you want the 590 to be done this winter. With the new camera now, we can look at all the glory and splendour of the 1200, but there is some things has to be done. We have one thing has been fixed, so I'll just spin around the camera. So as you can see there, the door, we had an issue
glass.
when we were on the pull, the glass fell out.
In the middle of hooking up the trailer.
Lee was getting into the cab, and next thing he felt that he was carrying the glass on his back.
Yeah.
So all that happened was with
glass was too
blasting,
small.
with blasting the door.
No,
was it not?
the glass is actually too small.
But that was the original glass that was in it, wasn't it?
It was original glass, but it was cut originally too small for the top of the rubber. And maybe the original rubber was
Slightly bigger.
maybe a wee shade bigger,
Yeah.
maybe now. But Seamus Trimble come up and he it must have done when I was on holidays.
It was, yeah.
He has it redone for us there now and it's perfect.
Shouldn't come out.
Shouldn't come out. Great looking job.
The other issue, and it's a slightly bigger issue, and it's why we didn't have it drawing silage or doing any work really as of yet, is the hydraulics.
Well,
the auxiliaries.
We have an issue with the auxiliaries in the fact that it's both ways on the lever is positive.
Yeah.
We can't get it to let down. That's why it had the problem hooking on the trailer. It's either there's a problem in the valve or we have the plumbing in the valve the wrong way around.
Yeah.
But that's plumbed by the diagrams that we had.
It was probably...
So unless someone changed the valve or a slightly different valve that's in it, you don't know the back history on these trucks.
Yeah.
So there can be a lot of chopping and changing done. I will take it out some evening now in the next week.
Where is that then to get at it?
Underneath the far side.
Underneath the far side.
It's not so easy now when the cab is on.
Yeah, it was a job that was easy when the cab was off.
Yeah, not so easy when the cab is on now. But that has to be done. If your lift arms and your lights in the back end, it's always pretty straightforward.
They're really non-applicable. And you were saying there's something then with the engine.
I'm not happy with the engine. There's a slight missing in the engine.
Yeah.
I noticed it after we had the pull done. I didn't notice it before the pull. So we either have a tappet needing its tolerances set again,
Yeah.
or we have an injector sticking.
Yeah.
But there's a tiny, tiny imbalance in her when she's ticking over.
Yeah. And that's bonnet off and
It's
off
probably
rocker
the
cover.
safest thing is take the bonnet off, yes.
Yeah.
Take the bonnet off and rocker cover. We'll take the injectors out of it again and just get them checked to see that there's none of them. We had an issue with a small bit of paint got into the nozzles.
Yeah.
And at the very start. So maybe we have that same issue with a different injector.
Yeah.
If you crack the injectors on the rest of them, you'll find her cutting back.
Yeah.
But on 1 and 2, she's not cutting back.
Yeah.
So there's something, either a valve, it's the same problem. It's not
Yeah.
injecting either right or the valve isn't shutting tight.
Yeah.
So we just need to check it out because she's a little bit smoky. There would be normally smoky, but she's a little bit too smoky.
Yeah, shouldn't be just as smoky.
Well, not for a tractor that has a full brand new engine with new injector pump and new injector nozzles. She shouldn't be that smoky.
Yeah. Also, if you're wondering, the telly is in for servicing at the minute. Father Phil's in the middle of changing the kingpin bearings in the front of it. And just a general bit of a servicing. Well, there's not much going on. That is us haul tractor scene. It's a hissing wet day outside. We're back in the workshop now to finish off the video. So you have seen all the tractors. You've heard which ones that we'd be picking. These Jessica and Eric were cycling in the rain. They're absolutely drowned after coming back in. So you've seen it all. You know what we are going to be doing with them and that. So if you head into the description, go to the SurveyMonkey link, and there's 4 choices to choose from. Select the box and select submit. We'll also stick up Instagram poll as well, and we'll combine them, and then we will let you know who won when we're bringing it into the shed.
Probably around the first week of October.
Depending on which tractor it is, depends on when it's going to be done, because there's going to be a big rearranging of machinery that's probably going to take 2 days when we get
Tetris.
the farm shop shed up, the grain shed up, and then it's start rearranging. So we have to move combines, we have to move harvesters, we move stuff for the farm shop, we have to clean out the meal shed of machinery, a total rearranging, and depending on what gets picked depends on when it's going in, whether it'll be done during the big rearranging of machinery
Or just after.
Just after it, or whatever. That's the plan. And I don't know whether they're starting the grain shed next week or starting the house.
I think he's doing a bit at the house first, I think.
Yeah, he's doing a bit at the house to fill the last hole, and then
Before
he's
they fill
starting
with water.
Yeah, then he's starting into the grain shed. So
Yeah.
there is plenty of stuff going on. But that is really it for
Yeah,
today's
it'll
video.
make it exciting.
Yeah,
Something different.
yeah. So that is really it for today's video. I don't think we've anything else to say. That's the 4 tractors. You get to choose what is in next. So yeah. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. That's it from us. Good luck.